Welcome back. It's another episode. It's the Playground Chat, episode 18. 18 Emoyeni. No affiliation, guys. We keep it, holy. My name is Chuma. I'm with my brother here.
I go by the name of Chinga. Welcome to the Playground Chat, the best sports cast in the land.
You know.
What's Gucci, bro?
Hey, bro. I'm easy. Thank you guys again. I know the last episode went crazy with our rant on the
okay. It was a little dose of the truth. Sometimes you gotta give them a dose of reality. And they're living in fictional worlds.
Yeah, big ups. Like we're trying to get more interaction in everything that we do. So big ups Africa also, man, for standing together. Thank you for liking. Keep sharing, keep subscribing. This is the Playground Chat. But yeah, how you been, bro?
Easy, my dog. Can't complain. Went to the beach yesterday with the boys. Can't complain, man. Easy. Is what it is. How about you?
Chilling, bro. I was on vacation for the week. Went out to Betty's Bay. Very calm. Very secluded area. Quite a village town. But yeah, if you really want to be in a very calm environment, there's no noise, no nothing. There are baboons though, because white people and settling in people's areas, you get the gist of it. But yeah, other than that, we had a good time. So if you want anything that has to do with like a peaceful mind or anything, rather go to like a village outside the city, less noise. But yeah, thank you for coming back. Episode 80. We will get right into it. First thing that we need to talk about, linking to what we spoke about last week, explaining, how the AFCON and how African players are treated in categories like the Premier League or best player in the world and stuff like that. There's a little bit of hypocrisy and stuff like that. But jumping into that specific notion, we've got Mohamed Salah breaks all-time Premier League record with 9 games to spare on 3-1 victory. The brace also means that Salah has now scored or assisted a goal in 13 of Liverpool's 14 Premier League games at Anfield this term. In that run, the forward has scored and assisted in their last 12 home matches in a row. That run stretches back to Liverpool's only league defeat in the same season against Nottingham Forest back in September. Those 12 straight games mean that Salah is now closing in more history. Thierry Henry achieved a similar record for goal involvements in home games in 2002 and 2003 campaign. Meanwhile, Alan Shearer achieved it twice, enjoying a 13-game run in 1995 and a 15-game run in 1996-97 season. Thoughts on Mohamed Salah? If Mohamed Salah does not win the Champions League, is he still regarded as a number 1 pick for the Ballon d'Or?
I think the best player in the world at the moment, if you look at it statistically, you look at the way that he's performing and the way that he sometimes wins games single-handedly for Liverpool. I think Liverpool play in a way that, I don't want to use the word assist, because assist would be such a base level word for me to use. But yeah, that assists Salah to get these type of numbers. But I think Salah's always had big numbers. I think this season he's just clicking. He's knowing when to pass and when to shoot himself. And it also comes with age and maturity, I guess, that thing. I think Mohamed Salah currently is the best player in the world. And I think regardless of winning the Champions League, I don't think the Champions League should, a team victory should always count as a victory for you winning the Ballon d'Or. I think it needs to be a combination of, did you impact your team? How many, they say how many goals and assists did you have? But also your overall play. I think Salah is a good numbers player, but I don't think Salah is the most gifted player I've ever watched.
First touch is always off point. Once he gets control though.
I think he knows how to use his attributes too, and I think that's what makes him one of the best players in the world. But I think aesthetically, he isn't what. And I think that's been a trend for the Ballon d'Or winners of the past couple of years. We don't have an aesthetically, undeniable player anymore. We are also coaching has also come that we have a similar type of player, even if they play a different position, but we've coached a lot of things out of players. And I think Salah is like proof of that, and doing what's effective. And I think in modern terms, being the most effective player means that you're the best player. And I think for me, being the best player is more than being the more effective player. There's certain intangibles about the best player that we should have. But yeah, Salah should win the Ballon d'Or in terms of the categories that they have nowadays of what's the most effective player. He's the most effective player in Europe.
Big ups, 27 goals currently, 17 assists in the Premier League, leading both goals and assists as a winger. Crazy numbers.
Crazy.
Big ups, our African brother. We claiming you now, bro. We don't care. Egypt, no need, we don't give a damn, bro. Africa, my brother. Another big news, South African news back here, Ekasi. Buyers will need 65 million to cover sale of Royal M upfront expenses. Let me break it down for you. According to the draft sale agreement, the purchasers will have to inherit Royal debt. And this is where Ngobile Ndlovu of Cash and Sport feels the purchase price could go south of the investors due to the club's recent travails. There have been speculations that the club have been sold for 15M. However, the true reflection of Royal M's worth could be 30 million. Given they owe four former players, Sam Novich, 15 million, told Sowetan. They could be also owing salaries and costs associated with running a football club, like travel, accommodation, other personnel, making the amount balloon by a further 45 million to 50 million. I would say in the first month alone, the buyers would need to at least have 65 million to run the club. The purchasers shall pay all the salaries, signing on fees, image right payments, bonuses, leave and pay, and other benefits due to occurred to the professional football players. This means Royal players and staff who have experienced payment delays since December will have a legitimate claim against the new owners. The biggest sticking point, however, remains the club outstanding fixtures, and they have not played a match this year. They are behind by 9 games, and playing catch-up seems like a daunting task. Although the draft sale agreement is in silence as an aspect, it merely mentions that the owners will come to comply with the PSL program upon approval of the sale, which is accepted with the curator. Will have to ratify by the league's executive committee. So if you really want to purchase Royal M, if you've got 65 million in the bank and you feel like you know how to run a club, they're up for sale.
How much? I don't know, man. 65 million is steep for a club that looks like it's gonna go down. In South Africa, the club value or worth plummets dramatically between the PSL and the NFD. Shit. Bad reflection on South African football. They've been a stain, but they have been a stain. They've been a skid mark on our football since they arrived in the league. This is the People's Club. I don't know if you know the ownership history of Royal AM. Royal AM is Bloemfontein Celtic.
Okay.
Bloemfontein Celtic is one of the big clubs, in South African football with so much history. And for the club to end up where they've ended up, is sad. But I think also we saw it coming. I mean, we did speak about paying player bonuses out of envelope. Very suspicious stuff. Very stupid behavior, if
immature.
I can use the word. So for me, Royal AM situation, I'm looking at it. 65 million is a lot of money to pay, especially with all of the drama. I'm unsure. I can't find enough. Unsure of what the PSL grant is, and I don't think the PSL grant will be enough. Also, gives me a question of, are South African clubs actually profitable? And I think the answer to that is no. And I'm starting to realize that more and more by this Royal M saga and situation. That's why there's a lot of chopping and changing of ownerships. It's expensive to run a PSL club, and I don't think it's easy to balance the books.
Not everyone's built like Ivan Khoza in your Matawons. It's not easy. These guys have been running clubs for like...
But they have outside businesses.
Yes, Kaloku, that's what you do. You build your own regime outside of outside of your South African football club. You know you need investors and stuff like that. These guys always try to. I understand keeping it local. Trying to get sponsors within South Africa, but these South African brands alone, most of them are run internationally. Zongi brands is guy who's this who owns everything up in South Africa. No man, the Afrikaans guy. Rupert. Zongi brands guy Rupert are technically international, but they're South African based because he owns them. So yeah, man. If you're talking about running a club and especially like buying Royal M at 65 million, it is a huge loss for anyone who's gonna buy that.
I don't hear anything about property. Whatever.
They're in lawsuits. They're in lawsuits currently. Nurkovic is suing them for 15.
He's already won that case.
Damn.
They owe him 15.
And PSG will 65 M or give him 15 M on the side. And other players, once they see Nurkovic is winning, they're all gonna start, it's gonna be a ripple effect. But anyways.
How desperate are you to own a PSL club?
Not the Royal M. Not the Royal M.
But in South Africa, you don't have to buy Royal M, you buy the PSL status.
Moving on to another league, English league. There were some results yesterday, and today there's some games too. Let me go through some fixtures here. Nottingham at home, 0-0 first half. Beautiful goal by Hudson-Odoi. Smashes it. Edison had no clue what was going on. Beautiful goal. Takes points away from City. What do you have to say about Pep Guardiola's Champions League challenge? He's got a heavy run of games coming up. There's still a Liverpool game. There's still an Arsenal game.
I think City, like I said, City will go into the top four. I don't think Chelsea gets into the top four. I think Forest is strong and more likely. Forest are closer to Arsenal than we, you know what I mean, than we are to the top. So I think Forest will go into the top four. If not, top five will be a good achievement for them. I think City will be too strong for some teams. Yes, they lost, but they will be too strong for Abo Tottenham, Abo Leicester, Abo Wolves, Abo Man United, Abo Southampton, Abo Brentford. So those are easy points for them. With Chelsea, I feel like will drop points in those type of games. Against Springfield, I see them dropping points. Against Everton, I see us dropping points. There's teams where I just see us dropping points. And I don't think City will drop points in those games. So I think they'll edge us in the top four. Will be close, but they'll edge us. They'll finish fifth. They'll finish third. Forest will finish fourth. That's what I think.
It's a tight challenge. Moving on to the next game, Brighton beats Fulham 2-1. That edges them to 6 with 46 points. The same level points as Chelsea after 3 game weeks. And City's only on 47. And below them are Aston Villa with 45 and Newcastle with 44. So quite a
tussle for Europe.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
It's a tussle for Europe. It's gonna be who has the most in the last couple of games. Who's got the more legs? I think there's about 11 games in.
Yeah,
still a lot of football.
Crystal Palace again. Glasner. Oh my God, I don't know how he does it. 1-0 victory. Okay, it's Ipswich, but Glasner always finds a way to win a game with Crystal Palace. Ever since his takeover at Crystal Palace, Glasner has just transformed this team into an unmovable force. Your Gays, they've always been strong central defensive midfielders, but your Ezes are now shining with your Manchester striker we were talking about yesterday, Jean-Philippe. So, I mean, shout out Glasner. You're doing a great job. Moving on to the next game. As you know, Southampton lost 2 penalty goals by Salah. 3-1. Liverpool take it at Anfield. They move up to 70 points clear. Arsenal on 54 in the league as the title moves on. Also, interesting fact, if Liverpool wins the next 7 games of this upcoming game week, they win the league, and then Arsenal is their 8th game, and then Arsenal give Liverpool the guard of honor. What?
As Arsenal should. Arsenal I told you in the beginning, there's no way you'll win the league. Chelsea will win the league before Arsenal. I know this. Arsenal, you guys are candle holders. You'll hold the candle for the champions every year. When we win the league, you'll finish second. When City win the league, you'll finish second. When Liverpool win the league, you'll finish second. You're the best second finishers in history. You know, what do you think is more difficult, bro? By the way, the Invincibles or winning the Champions League?
More difficult. I think it's easier in Invincibles.
Yeah, it's easier to draw 12
It's
games.
easy to draw, man.
To draw 12 games.
To draw, but yeah, Croatia now, we can just pass the ball back.
Yeah, to draw
Kill the
12
game.
games.
But
It is historic,
yeah,
but
it is.
it's not bigger than 2 Champions League titles. You know, it's not bigger than that. You know, it's not bigger than 5 Premier Leagues in the last 20 years. It's not bigger than that.
Let's move on. Let's move.
It's not. No, the Arsenal fans need to know that the ass. And their club is a candle holder club, and the only nice thing about Arsenal is the stadium. Let's move on.
Brentford, team we were talking about, loses at home against Aston Villa.
Aston Villa are a hard team to break down. So when you stop Brentford scoring, you'll beat them because they concede goals. But they're always the type of team that will outscore you. And if you've got a good defense against them, you'll kill them 1-0, 2-1. So Aston Villa is in a good vein of form. Emery is turning it around. Asenso's a revelation. Good eye there.
Lonely. He's showing his quality, but I don't know. Anyways, let's move on. And the last game that was played, Wolves take a draw at Everton. Moyes a draw. No loss in the past 7.
I think Wolves did well. This is the first game
they actually played well.
Without Cunha.
Maybe, yeah.
Positives. No, they didn't. Without him, they look toothless. He single-handedly puts teeth into the wolf.
Okay, that was hard. That was nice. Moving on to today's games. Oh wait, before we go into today's games, actually, let me just.
A stinging loss for the bees.
A
stinging loss for the bees.
For
Aston Villa beat Brentford.
Yeah.
1-0, a stinging loss for the bees.
Those.
I'm cooking.
This thing.
Brentford and the bees.
Yeah, I know.
I know you know.
Oh, some.
But you know the blondies.
They won't understand.
The blondes watch it.
Today's game, 4 o'clock, at the bridge. You know what's happening. You can see. I did it today. I don't play. I'm here. Guys, we cannot lose against Leicester. It's impossible for us to lose against Leicester. Because if we do, there's going to be a lot of scratching of heads in the boardrooms. This team is the worst team in the league after Southampton. And we are not the best playing team right now. We actually, when I watch Chelsea, I'm not even comfortable in watching it because there's no progressive football. I don't know what's happening.
Say shit.
Yes.
Shit.
But we have to beat.
And we making our own excuses. Maresca says he was too many injuries, young players. But no, this place.
It's how they play.
Why did you sign Drewsbury Hove? If you're going to play young players before you, why would you? There's some. We need Misha back. What happened to Misha?
I don't know. He's still on drugs.
I don't think he took a PED. I don't think he took a PED. I think some Russian person.
No. Nah, don't get into that. Nah. Don't get into that.
No. I love Russian. So Putin is my guy.
Respect.
I'm South African guy.
Yeah.
I respect the Russians.
We're in arms.
They helped us.
We're in arms. Spurs play Bournemouth.
Spurs are losing.
Yeah, 100%. They lost now.
They're going to get the ass beat again.
And the biggest game happening today. Man United versus Arsenal. Big game.
I think today is a game where Liverpool needs 6 wins after this. Man United always show up against Arsenal. It's a rivalry for the years. I think they will beat Arsenal 3-1 or 3-2. I think Ahmad will come on and do Ahmad things.
Amadinho.
I think
That's his full name.
He failed a medical or a trial at Arsenal before, so he's got that Arsenal chip on the shoulder. I think Ethan Nyaweri is a great player, but I think because it's English, they're overhyping him. I think Ethan Nyaweri needs to today. Man United, not the right team. I think if Ethan Nyaweri pops up in the right places, Lisandro must want someone to think to.
Lisandro's
I'm
injured.
Lume. You're not here to play with your boy.
Yeah.
You're not here to play with your boy.
There's Maguire there. I don't know. Maybe something.
Slabhead. Oh, But I think Arsenal, if Man United defend well, Arsenal don't have a proper striker. I think they'll struggle. But I think Man United will have enough for this one. I mean, Arsenal, they're under too much pressure. They have to win. And I think that's going to kill them. This is me being unbiased. Arsenal will dominate the game. They will have more chances. But I think because of the pressure, they'll lose. But in my Luthando shoes, Arsenal's ass, and they should lose. They have to lose because who wants Arsenal to win?
No one, except for Arsenal fans. Moving on, we had some Champions League games. First legs, I'm just going to go through the results. Club Brugge played Aston Villa first leg. Club Brugge loses that one 3-1 to Aston Villa, as we've spoken about. Real Madrid plays in Madrid, beats Atletico Madrid 2-1 at home. Beautiful game, beautiful goal by Brahim Diaz. Beats the defender, makes him sleep. I don't know. I think Real Madrid are just a different team in the Champions League. I don't know what happens. They just activate this different aura.
They're going for a triple this year.
No, bro.
Barcelona giving them problems though. Barcelona also won the triple. It's going to be interesting. Race in La Liga all the way to the end. Atletico is also knocking on the door. I think Atletico is top as we speak, but we'll see what happens.
Interesting fact. PSV at home, after Perisic made a comment saying Arsenal always have to chop and change. They always have issues. They got thumped 7-1 in front of the home fans. I saw some fans leaving at 3-1. They started to leave, so they knew it was coming.
The Premier League sides were too much for those sides in the smaller leagues. They can be playing badly in the league, but when you're going to play under 12s, like you say,
cooked.
Come on, under 12s, you say so Holland is under 12s. How could you ever expect under 12s to be lost?
Arsenal technically also using a little bit. Okay, only Ethan Nwaneri and the left back, the lad.
Yeah, but also can't lose against teams.
Yeah, no, definitely. Moving on, Dortmund draws at home against Leo. Poor performance by both teams. Feyenoord plays at home, gets beaten by Inter Milan 2-0. Lautaro Martinez is the most decorated. Oh, no, not most decorated. Most goals for Inter Milan, I think, in the Champions League. Shout out Lautaro Martinez. I've always thought he was a great striker, but I felt like he suffered a long time in Inter Milan. He needed to move, man. You should have moved to a different league.
Why is he suffering? What do you mean?
Man, playing against draws and defensive. Come on, come to the Premier League. It's too late now. Too old. Like I saw glimpses of Lautaro. I saw Lautaro Martinez in Argentina. I was like, yo, bro, why are you playing in Italy for so long? Come through, man. Something. But anyways, Bayern beats Leverkusen convincingly 3-0. Musiala special.
Musiala's amazing. I did talk about Musiala.
Yeah.
I did say he's special talent from Cobham.
No, he's beautiful.
You must know he's from Cobham. The best academy in the world. La Masia comes second.
Gonna get a lot of people fighting. Talk about La Masia. Benfica lose against a 10-man Barcelona 1-0. Kobasi sent out for red card foul.
You can't get a flashlight. It's really clean.
And the biggest game in the Champions League round, we've got PSG versus Liverpool. PSG completely dominates the game. I think with over 25 shots, with like 12 to 15 goals on targets, and 0 goals. Liverpool had 2 shots on target, 2 shots at goal, 1 goal on target, and the 1 goal was the one that was the difference. So PSG lost that game at home, 1-0 to Liverpool. Let's speak about Arne Slot. He's beaten all top 5 teams in the league without in the whole of Europe without conceding a single goal. I know the PSG game was a complete dominance. He even said that his team got brutally, smashed. Alisson was on top form. Alisson, shout out. Oh my God, what a game for Alisson. He might be moving up from Edison. I think Brazil might be reconsidering number one goalkeepers at this rate because Alisson, what a performance. But moving back to Arne Slot, 0 possession both halves. Every time PSG lost the ball, every minute, 1 minute, it took 1 minute for Luis Enrique's players to regain possession of the ball. Quick, everyone committed. This was a difference. I could tell the difference between the conditioning of the teams. These guys in PSG, they well run. Whatever Luis Enrique is doing at training level is working. Because for a player to be running at the same pace for over 90 minutes is unbelievable. The way they were, this was the first time I saw Arne Slot's team huffing and puffing across the field. They were arguing against each other. Salah was no show. Elliott comes on, scores a winner.
Now I think PSG played well, but now they're going to have to chase the game at Anfield. I think he's going to get whipped aside. 3-0. Diaz in behind, 45, Salah goal. Salah in behind, cuts inside 2. Penalty goal, 3-0.
Done. 4-0 aggregate. Liverpool move through.
You know what I mean?
Versus Real Madrid next league. If it moves on. But anyways, yeah, those are the...
I want them in the final, man.
Nah, Galugu, they're on the same...
I know, but it would have been the next final.
Yeah. On to your side, brother. That's it from my side.
South African Premiership. I played a couple of games during the week. Richards Bay played Sekhukhune. Sekhukhune lost 2-1. Interesting fact, Sekhukhune are 4th in the league. Already almost solidified themselves a CAF Confederations Cup place. But still, their best finish in history. They're on course to, but still the parted ways with the coach. I don't understand. Parted ways with the coach, typical South African football thing. But it is what it is. They lost 1 to Richards Bay. Pirates edged over the line against Chippa 1-0. Golden Arrows pulled a solid favorite one in the league and drew 1-1 against Sundowns. SuperSport continued their bad form, drew 0-0 against AmaZulu. Cape Town City continue. Guess what happened?
Well, they're playing away.
They're playing at home, bro. Guess what happened?
They won 1-0.
No?
They lost.
What do you think happened in the league? PSL, come on. PSL, what happened?
I don't know. What happened, bro?
Okay, I'm going to go again. Golden Arrows drew 1-1.
Oh, they drew.
They drew. I think by now we should put money on the draws. If you're a punter, less than 3.5 or less goals and draws, you reach 5,000 rand. Yeah, but there will be a draw. They won't score 4 goals around that. But
not a chance.
But I'm not saying that bad football is too bad. But I'm saying we've got a problem with putting the ball in the back of the net and deciding games. And some of the games are the ball is playing too much in transition in the PSL. The ball is too many turnovers, and with too many turnovers, you can't have a concrete progression to score goals. So that needs to change. That needs to change.
Yeah.
Then we move on to the Nedbank Cup. There's a Nedbank Cup fixtures. Start the Chiefs fans are making a noise. They beat Stellenbosch 3-1. They're saying they're ready for us. They're ready for us in the next round.
Who's this?
I'm not Coast Guards.
Oh, the Chiefs.
But
yeah.
no, I think bad idea to one Pirates. We're the cup specialist. We will beat them. The draw is today. So we'll know today who our semi-final will be against.
How many teams are there? What are the teams that are in the NBA? Pirates,
Durban
Chiefs.
City are playing today against Gallants.
Okay.
Sekokuni are playing Sundowns.
Okay.
And the Pirates and Chiefs are on the same side of the draw, but they're going to have a draw. So I'm not sure if it's going to be obvious, but I don't want Chiefs. I want them in the final, just for South African football's sake. Big final that would be packed. I'll definitely try to go to that one. But Chiefs fans, don't lie to you, but if you're not team, Sunny German and Nando over here. Yo, Super Sport team, it's just Stellenbosch, it's just a cocoon, it's just Galants, it's Pirates, and in any daily predict. It's really ugly, but in Sanjok.
Alban.
La meti fika go fika go to buy
Hey.
How to buy shot yeah, I thought. You know what I'm saying? Go fika shot Chiefs, like, for the Pirates. You know what I mean? That hard, man, every time you yellow ball. Sunday. Anyway, moving on from our wild shit. We're going on to the UFC. Yeah.
Sadness.
Yeah, man. I'll talk about the top three fights. 313 happened. In the feature bout, it was the lightweight fight between Jalen Turner and Mondes. Mondes did well. Actually, he's a good striker, but he got a triangle choke for the win. Jalen Turner was doing well until that point. Just to show anything can happen in MMA. My favorite fight of the night was Rafael Fiziev versus Justin Gaethje. I think Rafael Fiziev did it very well, coming in on 12 days' notice and put up a valiant fight against Gaethje. He should hold his head high. He's one of my favorite fighters in the lightweight division. Any fight with Fiziev is special. It's exciting. Gaethje got the victory, got his hand raised. Only his third decision and twice against Fiziev. It's a lovely fight when they come at the bed. And then in the main event, the light heavyweight champion got dethroned. Shama, no more. Magomed Ankalaev beats a robbery, in my opinion. Robbery. I don't think Ankalaev did enough to beat. I don't think Ankalaev did enough to beat them. I think because Ankalaev was just controlling him on the cage. But if you think about who was closest to finishing the fight, then if you look at it that way, I guess Ankalaev had a moment in the second round or the third round where he rocked Pereira, and I think that's when the judges got swayed. But Ankalaev is the worst champion already. It's boring. But
he held him against the cage for the whole time.
For a long time. So yeah, that goes. Lastly, I wanted to touch on the Six Nations. Some raga. France swept aside Ireland, 42-27, showing that France is the best country in Europe. Yeah, it's in Europe.
Yeah. No.
Well done. To Anton Dupont and his boys. Wales beat. Scotland beat Wales. Wales continue their bad run of form. I think Welsh rugby, something needs to give, something needs to change. They're not playing at the level that they should be.
I was actually watching glimpses of that game. Poor under 15 rugby. Wales, there was a try that Scotland scored where I don't know the fullback was trying to kick the ball towards the winger. The winger catches the ball from the outside, throws it back while he's falling outside. The fullback catches the ball, knocks it on. Scotland guy kicks the ball, grabs it, tries. Poor. Both got sunburned in the first 10 minutes. It was just a terrible game of rugby. So I don't know, maybe I've been watching Springboks a little bit too much. They've kind of developed this whole new tactical view on the game of rugby. So I really do appreciate Springbok rugby. And just because of the level of expertise you expect in just the game of rugby, it's always something different with us. Uras, it is always something different. There's a country that even tried to do the 7-1 split and failed dismally. And every time these countries talk about, oh, South Africa is doing this, oh, South Africa, and then they try to, mimic whatever it is. Uras is already moving to a different.
But the issue is that they don't have the boys that eat the boerewors.
Yeah, that's why I say in South Africa. Here's my analogy of why Springboks is good. You've got the Afrikaans guys. Afrikaner, they will die for rugby. Those niggas don't give a fuck. They're gonna die for their team, bro. You see, you've got that heart of each other. They're gonna, no matter whoever's in front of them, they're gonna kill. Yeah, bro? You've got that. Then you've got a flair of the colors. You've got colors who've got the flair. They've got the stepping. They've got the quick running. And then the understanding or the IQ for me comes from Idag. The blacks in the team, they've got the rugby IQ. I know the colors are a little bit, they're trying to claim that, but for me, I would say if you're looking at Yankees and you're looking at both technically quality minded, but he does something that you wouldn't even think of doing on a field. Something that you can't even calculate. So I think us having this mixture of just different backgrounds and just different people makes us so unique. Because New Zealanders are Maoris, Australians are just Australians, yeah, bro? And all of these teams are just they're just that Tennessee mixture. So it comes with all that quality just put on together. Oh, equals, bro. You get me? It's beautiful. Seasoning, everything. And then you've got the Afrikaans coach who likes black people. Wow. Beautiful ending to the story. So what I'm saying is these guys will never have anything on us. That's the one thing that people need to understand, that Springboks will continue to shine. There's even better young players that are still coming in development. These guys that you're watching now, it's just the start. We're coming through.
Let's go to the game, bro. Let's go to the game. Nah. But the rugby always be at a high level because of the progression.
Yeah.
Through the school ranks, the way that rugby is treated. First team, clubs are not as important as the school system, and I think football can learn from them.
Yeah, we should learn from them. Otherwise, that's it for our segment. Moving on to the quizzes. I've got some quizzes for you since you're a coach.
Let's go.
And you know some sports. I've got some nice ones for you because he cooked me last week with the rings, Olympic rings. What color? Damn, nigga. Alright. Okay, question 1. What player was the first to win 5 straight Wimbledon tennis titles? Number 1, Andre Agassi. 2, Roger Federer. 3, Bjorn Borg. And 4, Arthur Ashe.
Agassi.
The answer to that is Bjorn Borg.
So I don't even know Bjorn Borg.
Yeah, I'm cooking you. So Sweden's Bjorn Borg won 5 Wimbledon titles for single tennis
in
from 1976 to 1980. He is considered one of the greatest tennis players in history.
Yeah, that was before.
Borg.
Was that when they played with pig's bladder?
So easy. In polo, what is a period of play called? Never?
In polo!
Come on, bro. Come on. This should be easy. Come on.
It should be easy. Oh,
I got you.
Jesus. It's called an A.
In polo, what is a period of
It's called an A.
Number 1, you've got half. 2, quarter. 3, set. 4, chaka.
Chaka.
Yeah. That is the answer.
You see, I know polo. I was acting like I didn't know polo.
In polo, periods of play are called chakas. Most often there are 6 chakas to a game, but sometimes there are 4 to 8. Nice. Okay, moving on. Question number 3. In Australian football, what is the maximum number of players allowed on the field at a time?
11.
Option 1, 40. 2, 36. 3, 14. 4, 28.
36.
You're just guessing. Yeah, this is the option of quizzes. 36 is the right answer. 2 teams of 18 players.
Australian
each allowed in the
rules.
field. 4 players on each team may be substituted at any time during the play.
Australian rules. I know Australian rules. I got it right. I know it.
In what sport would one find an Albion round? Option 1, croquet. Is it croquet? Croquet, whatever.
Don't even know the name.
Archery, tennis, badminton.
Badminton.
I knew you were just going to say that shit.
It's outlandish.
Answer is archery. In women's archery, an Albion round involves firing 36 arrows at targets.
Women's archery.
At each
Look how deep
of 3 distances. So he's got 1 out of 4. One more. There we go. Final one. In tennis, what follows a deuce? Now, option 1, advertisement. Option 2, advention. 3, advantage. 4, play.
Advantage. If you win a deuce, that means we're in a tie, then I get an advantage. If you beat me, then we go back on a deuce. I know tennis.
Okay.
I know tennis very well, but I just didn't know Bjorn because he played when they were playing with pig's bladders.
Yeah, he got that. So an advantage in tennis is a point scored immediately after a deuce. If the player scoring it also scores the next point,
they go back to a deuce.
Winner of the game.
Yeah, so deuce, you go on a deuce, then advantage, then you win. That's set. Don't even win the game. Well, you win a game. Or you win a set. But whatever.
Yeah.
Serena, you're the reason why I know tennis so much. Have you ever watched tennis on loud?
Nah, this guy's going well. Thank you for coming back to the show, episode 18. Oh, guys, we've done it again.
I used to call it playing tennis back in the day.
Keep liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you for coming to watch the show again. This is the Playground Chat.
You know, racket and balls.
We are out.
Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the Playground Chat. Yeah, man, thanks for tuning in. It's been another great episode. We're the best sportscast in the land. All of the other ones are copycats. Shout out to Cloudy Delivery once more for the space, for the time, for everything that you guys do for us out here. Shout out to Alex Barrera. We're still with you. Shama. Thank you.
And I make a horny, fuck that, I'm going hard, wanting glory. Niggas I know to be on them, look corners, plotting and scheming, they ask for the bonding. Yeah, I tell the baddies I got it. Bougie as fuck, yeah, when I got it. She check the drip, yeah, cancel I got it. Ball main dress shirt, vintage designer. Poorly, I need my bang. Been in this bitch, yeah, angazuam. I act the ass, yeah, we pray that Allah know they bring wahala. Smakala Muslim mochi like kanala. She pray 5 times a day, I stay around her.